welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe. Y'all know the deal, and hit the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Please do subscribe and please do click the bell. I'm waiting for everybody to come in here. Let me know when you're in here in the comments. As y'all know, I gotta shout out my people because you know, just because it may not be on the trending stage every day, I gotta shout out my people. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know about patreon.com/JOA. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, I'm very active on my Instagram page now, so I'd really do appreciate it if you go and follow me on my Instagram. Thank you so much for those that actually followed me on Instagram. That really does mean a lot to me. I'm going to share the screen so I can show you guys my Instagram page while I wait for the people to come in. This is my Instagram page, JOA_media. I'd appreciate if you definitely let me remove this from the screen real quick. If you definitely follow me at JOA_media, that really does mean a lot to me. As well as my Twitter page. Jordan Show, that's my Twitter page as well. That really do mean a lot. Just waiting for everybody to come in before I get started, just introducing my different social media platforms. That really do mean a lot if you do follow me on my Twitter page, which is this right here. This is my Twitter page. Let me go to home screen for my Twitter page. It's been a lot going on Twitter, y'all. It's been a lot going on The View today. Look, The View, I already got that on my printing page. See, Jordan Show, that's my Twitter page. Of course, the home screen had Meghan McCain on there. It's just been going on, a whole bunch of shit been going on, a whole bunch of stuff. All right. So, how y'all doing today? All right. So I'm getting people in here. I was kind of waiting for everybody to show up before I get started. I don't really know if scheduling works well with you guys or if me just coming on here and posting the live stream automatically you get alerted. I'm not really sure what works well. If I should schedule it and you guys should know ahead of time about my live stream, or if I should just like do a live stream like a video where I'll just post, you guys get alerted. Let me know in the comments below if either or, what matters, what don't matter. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Hey y'all, hey Debbie, hey Queen Jay, hey Sharon. Please share this video. I do appreciate it. All right, so y'all. Meghan McCain, Meghan McCain, Meghan McMuffin, Meghan McLip, Meghan McCarran, Meghan McPiggy. All right. The audacity for Meghan McCain to even act the way she acted on The View today. Like, there's literally no justification, even if I want to give her a justification, which I try to remain unbiased, but there's really none. Like, Whoopi was talking and Meghan McCain simply just interrupted. Like, she had her turn. Meghan McCain had her turn already. Like, she had her turn already on the show, and she just simply interrupted on The View. And I personally don't understand. I mean, I don't know if you guys want me to replay the clip. I mean, I can replay it because I'm sure you didn't miss it. If you've been living under a rock, like, it's just, I just don't understand how a girl like this can remain on a show disrespecting a legend. Like, I just want to say, let me just finish what I'm saying. Well, with all due respect, I don't care if he's apologizing. He just embarrassed himself. I don't care that you don't care. Just hear what I'm saying. I don't care that you don't care. We're gonna go. Well, then good, Meghan. Then you can be how you always are. We'll be right back. You always are. How do you? Let me just finish what I'm saying. Well, with all due respect, I don't care if he's apologizing. He just embarrassed himself. I don't care that you don't care. Just hear what I'm saying. I don't care that you don't care. We're gonna go. Well, then good, Meghan. Then you can be how you always are. We'll be right back. You always are. I personally don't think she would have this type of smoke towards Whoopi Goldberg had this been in studio had this been actually in studio, I highly doubt Meghan McCain would have this smoke against a legend, Whoopi. Like, because the girl is neurotic. She's full of anxiety. I personally don't understand, or I don't even think she has the baby. Like Whoopi's self-made, okay? Like she grew up like in the poor, like she's self-made. So I personally don't think a girl that grew up in a great neighborhood, a golden spoon in her mouth, would have this type of smoke for Whoopi on the show. Like, had they been inside the studio where they're face to face, do y'all honestly think she would have did the same thing? No, she wouldn't have done the same thing. She wouldn't have done it. And so I personally don't understand why Whoopi apologized to her, like why a legend had to apologize to a skunk rat when literally Meghan McCain was the cause of the whole fiasco on The View. But I personally feel like the producers probably told Whoopi that she needed to apologize or just start an apology so they can like go on and do the rest of the show because they had a whole lot of show to do. So I literally don't understand. And, I made a video about this before. I said it. I'm going to say it again. Whoopi's dirty dildo that comes out of her punani has more credibility than Meghan McCain would ever do. Okay. Whoopi's vibrator, dirty fucking vibrator without being sanitized, would have more credibility and more nuance than Meghan McCain would ever have in her life. And I just personally don't understand like what gives, what's wrong with her, is her husband Ben Diamond as Bob the Builder? Is he not dicking her down at home? Like, does she need to call Paul Ryan so he could dick her down instead? Like, I personally don't understand what's going on with Meghan McCain, because it's obvious, because usually when you act the way you act like that, it usually means you're not releasing no hormones, and her husband is probably not doing the job as he was supposed to do. I'm just saying. So, I mean, obviously he married her for networking opportunities, not so he can, not because he was attracted to her physically or sexually. I don't even think he puts it down on her every like once a week. I think 80-year-old couples have more sex than Meghan McCain has sex in a week. I personally feel that. That's how I feel, because there's no there's no way. And I personally feel like, as a fake conservative as she is on the show, I feel like she just all the time wants to strategize and rebuke everything that comes out of the mouth of the other host, just because she can feel like she is doing her job. Like, there's nothing to rebuke. There's a reporter, Caitlin Collins, a CNN White House correspondent, that like she was out of line a little bit asking Joe Biden that question that was really irrelevant. I guess she wanted some mainstream talk. The girl is from Daily Caller, okay? Isn't that Tucker Carlson's website? That's a right-wing website. She's 29 years old. She's a year older than me. She's on CNN. That's literally, you have to be really, really good, or maybe you have to be a Candace Owen 2.0 to get a job like that at such a young age on a primetime network. 29 years old, and she's on CNN, and usually you would think CNN would ask a Democratic president a very just easy question, because CNN touts to the Democratic Party. So at 29 years old, I don't know if she was on her knees. I don't know how you go from the Daily Caller to CNN. I know she, like I said, she was a correspondent for the Daily Caller, and she did follow Trump throughout his years of his administration. But I mean, it's like, how do you get a job out of college to the Daily Caller? That doesn't make sense. That kind of sounds a little bit sketchy, unless they're related, which I highly doubt that they're related. I really don't know if they are. So I just don't understand at 29, because she's a year above me, and I'm not trying to compare myself to her, but I'm just saying, how do you go from a website to being on CNN, after Trump administration? I don't know if she went, some women, they do this, they go on their knees, they do things, they sell their soul. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how she got that job, but I mean, she did talk to CNN, and she did say that Biden did not have to apologize. It's her job to ask those type of questions. Hey Courtney, I really just don't understand how she got that job to begin with on CNN at 29 years old. That's a rarity to get a job at that young on a primetime network. Hell, Brooke Baldwin, who just retired from CNN, got her job at 33 in her early 30s. So I just don't understand how 29 you get to make appearances and be a correspondent on CNN. I honestly don't understand. So Meghan McCain, she's mad because y'all remember the ABC president, James Goldston. I don't know why nobody corrected me because I've been calling him Jeffrey this whole time. He looked like a Jeffrey than a James. Don't he look like a Jeffrey to y'all? James Goldston actually was the president of ABC for about 19 years. He actually quit on the odd number mark, and he quit once he knew that Trump lost. Okay, he's an alleged Trump supporter. And he lets Meghan McCain allegedly get away with things while she was on The View. So a lot of people were kind of like scared of Meghan McCain because before maternity leave, she had this job security, right? Like everybody thought she brought in the ratings. I even called her the star of The View. Y'all got mad at me for calling her the star of The View. I mean, literally, The View got their ratings once she appeared on the show. Let's just be honest here. She created the ratings. They're still trending on social media because of her. So he always protected her when it came to just her neurotic ways behind the scenes and her neurotic ways in front of the scenes. Now, I personally heard, according to sources and according to people that follow me, that Meghan McCain got 2 African-American people behind the scenes fired because, baby, how she is in front of the scenes is how she is behind the scenes. And trust me, she's a brat behind the scenes. Very mean to the crew, allegedly. I don't know if y'all recall when Raven-Symoné was being interviewed by Meghan McCain on The View. And Meghan McCain said that everybody on the show has great things to think about you behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. I can't relate to that. Show me your ways. So this man basically used to protect Meghan McCain from everybody. He was like, leave the girl alone. It's just about TV. You know, this man is a right-wing conservative Trump supporter. And so once Trump lost, he decided that there's no meaning for him to leave because he knew probably his ASS was about to get fired because y'all know that whole situation with Sonia Halston when she came out with that book, you know, with the woman that stink that called her low rank. Don't she look like she need some Head and Shoulder shampoo? Don't she look like, you know, she don't bathe, that she don't need no deep look? Here, baby. Look, I got not sponsored. A lot of women wear men deodorant. I'm gonna give Barbara Fredita some deodorant. Don't she need deodorant? Don't she look like she got oily skin? Look at her. Look, don't she look like she just got oily skin? And then the woman from Magic School Bus, Miss Ellen DeGeneres' friend. Now, you know, if you're a friend of Ellen DeGeneres, you a whole bunch of sketch, right? So she's a friend of Hillary Stanton McLaurin. She left the show as well. So with these 3 people gone, Meghan McCain now does not have the job security that she once has. And plus, with her being on maternity leave, the stats show that, hey, Anna Navarro brought in the ratings, and with her not being on the show, brought in the ratings. But in my opinion, y'all know numbers don't lie, right? But at the same time, you got to consider that a lot of people knew Meghan McCain was going to come back, right? So, I mean, let's just infer for a second. Let's just infer. The reason why the ratings probably was well when Meghan McCain was on maternity leave is because people knew she was going to come back. Had she not came back, do you guys possibly feel that the ratings on The View could have decreased? Because I think it's a possibility. I mean, I'm thinking about The Real, right? So when Tamar was out because she had all of these health conditions going on, the ratings were steady, right? I mean, they didn't really hurt with the ratings. And then when Tamar left, that's when The Real starts to lose their ratings. So I'm going back to saying that Meghan McCain is possibly the star of the show. I mean, she is a star of The View. I'm just gonna be honest with the numbers. She may not be the most favorite, but I tune in personally because I want to hear what comes out of her mouth, so I can create content for you guys. I tune in personally because I find her entertaining, and I just find the messiness entertaining. And honestly, when she was gone for the past 2 days, I did not tune in for The View. And I know y'all probably gonna curse me out in the comments and everything for saying that, but I'm just saying, I personally didn't watch The View while she was gone for the past 2 days because, according to sources, once Elizabeth Hasselbeck got fired from The View went down in ratings for 30%, right? So they really tried to strategize on how to do different things, right? So they end up, by strategizing, they end up hiring Jenny McCarthy. Y'all know Jenny McCarthy, the girl that's, I think she was a Playboy model. She's married to Mark Wahlberg's brother. Her right there, Jenny McCarthy, right? So when Elizabeth Hasselbeck ended up leaving, like ended up being fired from the show, they end up hiring Jenny McCarthy because they wanted to refrain from politics and they actually wanted to bring pop culture to the show and everything, right? But baby, when I tell you Barbara Walters was not having it, Barbara Walters and Jenny McCarthy did not get along. They did not get along at all. Actually, Jenny McCarthy actually appeared on The View for the first time in 2007 when she brought up a book talking about how some cod oil, some type of oil substance is helping her son get rid of his autism, right? And Jenny McCarthy is actually anti-vaccine. So when Elizabeth Hasselbeck left the show, as I said, The View ended up being decreased by 30%. So Bill Getty, who was the like a big time producer of The View, ended up hiring Jenny McCarthy on board because they wanted to go a different route. They didn't want to go the pop culture route. And so in 2007, when Jenny McCarthy ended up going on The View to promote her book, Barbara Walters allegedly went to her room and said some horrible things to Jenny McCarthy. I think she called her a liar for saying that there is a cure on the book, in her book about autism because her son suffers from autism. But however, Barbara Walters actually misread the quote. She didn't say she has a cure. She personally said that vaccines allegedly causes autism. And of course, the CDC basically they denounced that. But I mean, who really believes the CDC nowadays, especially with this whole pandemic with their discrepancies and everything? So Jenny McCarthy's anti-vaccine, right? So they end up hiring her back. They end up hiring her in around 2012, 2013. And Barbara Walters met her again. Now, this is how y'all know Barbara Walters was about to get dementia, all right? Because Barbara Walters personally did not recall like meeting Jenny McCarthy in 2007. And this time when they met again, like several years later, Barbara Walters had a different attitude towards Jenny McCarthy and actually was giving her compliments and everything, behind the scenes. However, Jenny McCarthy stated in a book, they got a book out about The View. It's called The Ladies That Punch. Y'all probably heard of the book. Wendy Williams talked about it. She read it as well. Jenny McCarthy said when she appeared on The View during an interview before she got the job, Barbara Walters did not want her to be given the announcement. They wanted her to have a seat in a seat like she's sitting down and do the interview, right? So according to Jenny McCarthy, Barbara Walters tried to dress like her. She tried to dress like Jenny McCarthy, and even like, let's say she had a dress on that looked like that and it didn't compliment Barbara Walters' dress, she would want Jenny McCarthy to either to change her clothes, or actually Barbara would request the same type of dress that Jenny has and wanted Jenny McCarthy to end up changing her clothes. Now, if y'all personally think I'm lying, this is in the book. This is publicly noted in the book, The Ladies That Punch. Jenny McCarthy often stated whenever she would hear Barbara Walters hear her voice coming towards the dressing room, she would act like she's on the phone, and or she would try to hide. Like she would try to hide from Barbara Walters, right? Like she literally would try to hide. She like it says she used to hide from this View co-host, which is Barbara Walters. She also states that she had problems with a lot of other co-hosts, but mainly her main problem was with Barbara Walters, and it was actually the worst time of her career ever within her 25-year history of being in the business. You see, I'm not lying. See, it's Raymond Sutterdage's 2019 Ladies Who Punched, the explosive inside story of The View. This is the book she's talking about. You see, McCarthy also claimed that Walters didn't want her to be announced and then walk on stage because the audience would applaud for her. So they started an interview with McCarthy already seated. Despite what happened beforehand, the interview went smoothly. Okay, they're saying the tension created was McCarthy was a guest on The View again in 2012 to talk about her memoir, Bad Habits, Confessions of a Recovering Catholic. She explained to Saturday, the person who wrote Ladies Who Punch, that her second interaction with Walters at the show was nothing like the first. She came to my dressing room and quoted dirty stories from my memoir and asked me to autograph it for her, and she had no recollection that I had been there before. Then producer Bill Getty invited McCarthy to audition for a permanent spot on The View that following year. While she was waiting to hear back, CBS offered McCarthy her own daytime talk show. McCarthy told Getty that she wanted to accept the CBS deal, so he hired her. So that's when she hosted with Whoopi, Sherry Shepherd, and Barbara Walters, and McCarthy was also as the co-host as well. So she claimed that Walters had a temper and a tendency to yell at her coworkers, especially McCarthy. Walters would police her wardrobe. Barbara would check out what I was wearing. If she didn't agree with it or it didn't compliment her outfit, I had to change. She also claimed there were times when Walters tried to dress like her. Once McCarthy recalled having to change out in a dress she was wearing so an assistant could get it for Walters instead. Jenny felt that Walters singled her out and it was harder on her than anyone else, so she started to avoid her at work. She says, when I heard her shuffle of her feet, I knew that Barbara was after me. Based on the speed of the shuffle, I would hide or get on the phone. Okay, so she said McCarthy had a miserable time on the show. McCarthy also noted that Getty hired her because he wanted to steer away from politics. He told her that they wanted pop culture, irreverent, fun, sassy. The pivot didn't work, however. Lisa Hackner, an ABC executive, revealed at the time that The View lost 30% of their viewership after the 2013 departure of Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who was more eager to discuss politics than McCarthy. So this is how I know that The View producers really love when Meghan McCain goes about her antics, because the View producers at the time personally wanted Jenny McCarthy to get on Whoopi Goldberg's nerves so they can create ratings. I mean, just to prove to you that I'm not lying, that it says what it says, look at here. It says McCarthy claimed that producers wanted her to share opinions that were counter to Goldberg's in order to create more conflict and boost ratings. She says, I was going to work crying. She said, I couldn't be myself. My fans were telling me, where's Jenny? They aren't letting you be you. So how does this relate to Meghan McCain? The producers love the fact that Meghan McCain gets on Whoopi Goldberg's nerves. I understand Whoopi is a legend, and I understand Joy Behar is a legend, but that's how the numbers are created. Another example, when Elizabeth Hasselbeck was about to quit, the audio tape leaked out, and Elizabeth was like, I'm about to quit. Barbara Walters is talking to me like a baby on air. And the producers came to her and tried to side with her and play coy, saying, yeah, we talked to her, and I agree with you. You know, Barbara is sorry about it. They were saying a whole bunch of BS to convince Elizabeth Hasselbeck to go back on air, because this was during commercial break when she was about to quit, right? So in a way, the producers are no different than like the Braxton Family Values and Kim Kardashian show, you know. So there a lot of them are reality TV-esque, and they do these type of things to to produce ratings on the show, which is the reason why I say that Meghan McCain is the star of The View, because she brings in the ratings, despite the fact she was gone during maternity leave and the ratings said otherwise. It was higher, but you got to consider, a lot of people, she wasn't fired. She was still on contract. You see what I mean? She was still on their payroll. So I personally feel like had she ended up leaving and Navarro took her spot permanently, which probably will never happen because Ann Navarro got a count. She don't want a job on the show. The ratings would suffer. Possibly. It would possibly suffer on the show. Y'all probably don't agree with me in the comments. And do y'all feel the same way as I feel, that the ratings would suffer if Meghan McCain permanently leaves? Like if she's not taking time off or if she's not allegedly suspended, y'all feel the same way? So that's the whole situation. Another situation is, so Jenny McCarthy is basically saying that Barbara Walters was hard on her, but Barbara Walters was also hard on Sherri Shepherd. Y'all remember when Sherri Shepherd said the earth is flat, and Barbara Walters told Sherri Shepherd to learn, to open a book, read, do some research. It's not always about pop culture and the Kardashians. You know, you got hired on this show to discuss politics, and you know, that's also documented that Barbara Walters was also very, very, very hard on Sherri Shepherd. And I'm about to show y'all, because, like I said, she said the earth was flat. And she also was telling Sherri Shepherd that she needs to open a book. You know, she also was telling Sherri Shepherd that, you know, it's not always about pop culture. It's not always about politics. I'm trying to find out what happened. Did I X out of that? You know, she was just saying different things, you know, about what she needs to do and what she needs to read and stuff like that. So Sherri Shepherd did mention that Barbara Walters helped her in her career. She was a mentor to Sherri Shepherd, and helped Sherri grow as a commentator. I think when I first realized Sherri Shepherd grow, when they had Ann Coulter on the show, you know, promoting her book that's very controversial and everything, you know, and Sherri asked her, you know, a reasonable type of question, you know what I mean? So, you know, say what you want about Barbara Walters. I personally do agree she probably was jealous of Jenny McCarthy's beauty, because Jenny McCarthy is beautiful. And, you know, she's also a white woman. Barbara Walters is a white woman, so I guess she probably wanted to be a better looking white woman than Jenny McCarthy. I don't know how. You're like twice her age. So I just don't know like why they had this camaraderie and so on and so forth. But I personally feel like there probably was a little bit of jealousy because, you know, the looks, you know how it is in the industry sometimes with women, the looks of it all. The looks was saying a lot and everything. So I can see why the producers keep Meghan McCain on the show, because they want ratings. Y'all personally are probably saying in my chat right now that y'all want her to be fired, but honestly, come on now, y'all want her to be there. Y'all want Meghan McCain to be there. I personally want her to be there. I personally always say that they should hire an actual principled conservative while having Meghan McCain on the show if they want greater ratings. No, Meghan McCain mom should not replace Meghan McCain. She's too boring in my opinion. And that's that. So I have a question for y'all. Would y'all get pissed off if Joy Behar retires next year? Would y'all be pissed off if Joy Behar retires in 2022? Would y'all still watch The View? If she does not renew her contract, would y'all be mad? Would y'all be pissed off? Because in 2022, Joy Behar is thinking about not renewing her contract. You know, she's thinking about traveling to Italy. So would y'all be pissed off if Joy Behar decides that she don't want to renew her contract? So in this interview, I mean, I talked about this on my channel before, but it was a while ago. This was done by the Daily Beast. This was several months before we discovered who's going to win the presidential election for this year. So the interviewer asked, I'm curious how the Joy Behar versus Meghan McCain thing is on The View, like how it started. She says, look how Joy is. Joy is so shady. She says, okay, look, here's the thing. She's your age. I could be her grandmother probably, or certainly her mother. She's a kid. Now that's shade. Joy Behar just called her a kid. We get into arguments and it works out. I got into these fights with Elizabeth Hasselbeck, and I got into a fight last week with Marsha Blackburn. Whomever comes on and gives me SHIT, Joy Behar said a curse word, all right? I'll give it right back. That's how we work. I read that Elizabeth Hasselbeck's stuff mostly stayed on camera, but the Meghan McCain fighting has traveled behind the scenes as well. Joy Behar said a little bit, but that was when we were in the studio. And now we are, of course, not in the studio anymore. There were moments in the hair and makeup room maybe, but it wasn't anything catastrophic. You get mad at her and she gets mad at you, and then you write her something funny, or she writes something at you, and she shows me pictures of her baby now. That baby is adorable. And Ladies Who Punch, like the book I was just telling you about, the book on The View, there's a section about a fight that happened between you and Meghan McCain, where you say to her, I've tolerated a lot of SHIT on the show, but I'm at my wits. And with this entitled BITCH. Did I? Maybe I did. She called me a BITCH one time. It was in People magazine. So, it's mutual. You see the shade right there? And just to let y'all know, remember how Joy Behar was picking on Mike Pence, saying that Jesus is speaking to him? Joy Behar actually had to apologize for that. She says, the question was, I remember when they made you apologize to Mike Pence on The View after you said it was weird that he thought he could hear Jesus speaking to him, calling it a mental illness. Do you regret having to apologize to him for that? Joy says, you know why? Because the advertisers were pulling out. That's why. The pressure kept building and building. I even spoke to Mike Pence on the phone and said, look, I have no intention of insulting your religion. I'm the same religion. I was raised a Catholic. It was an off-the-cuff remark about people who think they hear voices, but I don't mind apologizing. You know what, honey? It's for the greater good sometimes when you apologize. If you don't do that, you're out of a job. I wouldn't be here now trashing Donald Trump and Mike Pence if I didn't apologize. Read the last sentence. She says, I wouldn't be here now trashing Donald Trump and Mike Pence if I didn't apologize. You see how that goes? The finale. I know your contract is up in 2022. Will that be it for you on The View? She says, I think that's enough for me in 2022. That will be it. Well, maybe. I'm getting older and I wanted to travel a little bit. I want to go back to Italy, but I'm missing my chances here with this goddamn virus. I want to do some traveling, do some writing. If Trump wins, I don't know what I'm going to do. So Trump did not win. So there's a possibility that Joy Behar actually may not come back on the show, in 2022. So would y'all be mad? Would y'all still watch? Who should replace Joy if she doesn't if she doesn't come on the show? Hey Roxana, how are you? So I like Joy Behar. I love her personality. Her personality fits with mine. Very loose. She speaks her mind. And I personally, wouldn't want her to leave the show because, I think she's needed there. I would watch, if Meghan McCain was still there. I would personally watch, so would y'all miss Joy? Would y'all miss her? Look at her. Look at Joy. Look at Joy Behar. Let me know if you're enjoying the live stream. I'd appreciate a super chat, 1 or 2 super chats. That really do mean a lot to me. Let me know what you think about everything so far. Y'all. Okay, so we're going to transition. We're going to skip to Jeannie Mai, y'all. Jeannie Mai is enjoying her BBC, okay? Look, y'all. Jeannie Mai, she's enjoying that BBC, okay? She she loved that. Look, I know a lot of black people. I see it on Twitter. I know a lot of black Twitter don't like the fact that Jeannie Mai married somebody other than a black woman. Let's just be fun. Let's just not be funny. Let's just be honest here. A lot of people don't like Jeannie Mai because she married him, okay? But, she did an interview with Entertainment Tonight, saying that they're well-connected, that they have a lot of sex, and, she enjoying that, I don't know what her husband had, but it looked like he had what Jeezy had. So, she remember how she said she liked her white meat, lean and mean, and her black meat on the side? Well, now, she got her wish come true. She with Jeezy. That's what I'm saying. And so in the interview, she did talk about that. What she liked about their marriage is that they're still dating, that Jeezy would often surprise her with dates. And as soon as he surprised her with dates, he would give her a heads up 1 or 2 because he would have to go out of town on business, that she would automatically think of what she needs to wear. So, I personally won't be surprised if Jeannie Mai ends up having a baby, by Jeezy. And that baby, they're going to have that Blasian baby. You know what I mean? I personally won't be surprised. I personally would not be surprised if she has a baby with Jeezy. Wait, one more thing about Meghan McCain. So there's rumors that she won't be returning on The View next season. There's actual rumors that Meghan McCain will not be returning on The View next season because, people were saying since Barbara Fedita, the woman that stank, since she left, since Magic School Bus left, and since James Goldston left, that Meghan McCain no longer have these people looking out for her, right? And so there's rumors that she's not going to return next season. Y'all remember that Meghan McCain had Sherry Shepherd banned from the show through Barbara Fedita. And so once Barbara Fedita ended up leaving, Sherry Shepherd ended up being invited back to the show. And so, according to sources, with Meghan McCain having these people out, like leaving fired from the show, she may not even return from the show. This says Meghan McCain, security blanket at ABC, has left the building. Last week, ABC News president. Now, this just happened. Kim Godwin now is the new ABC president. So she's gone. I mean, he's gone. Now they got a black woman in there. So news president James Goldston shocked many. He announced he was leaving the network. The last announcements, the announcement source tells Page Six is very worrisome for Meghan McCain. She should be very nervous now. Her cover has left the building. During her time on The View, Meghan has had controversial options, and she's been a target of her co-hosts, particularly Joy Behar, who said she did not miss Meghan McCain while the new mom was out on maternity leave. The former ABC executive who's in charge of daytime programming was supposedly a Meghan McCain fan and consistently stood in her corner. James has for years been seen as a Meghan McCain apologist. She used him as a leverage against other talent. He's been Meghan's voice in the room. He's taken on Whoopi in defense of Meghan McCain. The executive has even reportedly gone so far to tell people to get over it when they disagree with Meghan's viewpoint or sometimes brash delivery. All right, so we only gonna find out if Meghan McCain either gonna not renew her contract or if she's going to stick around. We don't know, but I mean, he's gone. The former Trump supporter is gone. And baby, now they got a black woman in charge. They got Kim Godwin in charge. They got Kim Godwin. Y'all know they had a meeting behind the scenes, and Meghan McCain felt personally attacked, and she ran out the building when her and Joy got into that big dispute and everything. So what do y'all think about that? What's y'all commentary? Hey, Carmela. So I personally, I'm happy for Jeannie Mai because, she's always been the underdog on the real, being shaded by Adrian Bailon, Tamar Braxton, Lonnie Love, even Tamara Mowry Housley. They all shaded her. She was the underdog. Now she's like literally the star of the show. And I would hope that she gets her own talk show and leaves the real because she deserves it. People often gave her flack. She is the realest co-host on that show. She is known for her great stories. And I'm personally happy that, she found love, and I hope that love marriage, and Jeezy, you better not F it up or ruin it. Please don't, with his history and everything in his past. So I'm hoping that, she gets that queen fairy tale wedding, because they both come from bad, dysfunctional families. Jeannie, my mom, is a narcissist. She doesn't believe in saying sorry. She doesn't believe, she is wrong. I watched Jeannie Mai's YouTube channel when they had a therapy on the show. And Jeannie Mai's mom really does not get it. She, I guess, in my opinion, is jealous of Jeannie Mai because Mama Mai had to suppress her personality growing up. So she had to fall in line with her family because, she wasn't American. She's directly from Vietnam, and, she escaped Vietnam to come here to America. And so she's living her life through Jeannie Mai. So I personally feel like her mom is a little bit jealous of her. If y'all want to go watch their channel after I'm doing this live and watch the therapy session they had, like, it's very just disgusting how she treated her daughter when literally Jeannie Mai always, put her mom on this stand of being grateful for her. I mean, she's basically Jeannie Mai's commentary 75% of the time, from imitating her mom, from talking about her mom, from having her on the show. Most than other moms had me on the show. And so, like, she's a narcissist. So I'm hoping that Jeannie Mai ends up, being happy. And hopefully this marriage is a success. And I personally do not blame Jeannie Mai for not inviting those co-hosts of hers on the wedding, because you don't need bad energy from your last wedding to enter the new wedding. Number one. Number two, they're your coworkers. I, for one, never believed in being friends with coworkers. And Jeannie Mai is the same. I don't know if it's the Asian, Middle Eastern in us, but I don't know if y'all remember on The Real, when The Real used to be popping, they put Jeannie Mai on the spot, asking her why isn't she on a personal level with them on air. Jeannie Mai ended up crying, saying, Adrian, I can't relate to any of you guys. Adrian is just cool. Tamara and Tamar, they have their kids going on, and Lonnie Love is funny, which she's not funny in my opinion. So Jeannie Mai is like me. I go to work. I'm not going to work to make friends. You see what I mean? Like, so she goes to work to do her job, and I feel like the way she is, all hippie and hyped up and everything, that's an act. That's like a Jeannie Mai on stage act, because in her real life, she's very quiet. She's introverted, and I guess that's her alter ego to be on the show and do what she needs to do. So a lot of people didn't like her because she comes off as treating black men as a fetish. Well, I mean, that's what Miss Shaka said. But then again, a lot of people just get on their wits' end when there's a black man marrying someone else of color, or a white person, or whatever, vice versa. It's always the route of conversation when that happens. All right. Punani. I took that from Nicki Minaj. I can say it. I don't need to be Caribbean. I'm gonna say it just to mess with you. Punani. All right. So, Miss Wendy Williams. Y'all know I love Wendy. Look at these photos. Look at Wendy. Look at Wendy. Look at Wendy. Oh, look at Wendy, y'all. Don't Wendy look good? She look good right here. All right. So Wendy Williams did an interview with Don Lemon for Interview Magazine, and she talked about her divorce, talked about her career, talked about everything. She went on Seth Meyers the other day. Seth Meyers kind of outed himself, in my opinion, on a talk show. I mean, I won't be surprised if he's gay, but he pretty much outed himself. If y'all want to go watch that interview with Wendy Williams and Seth Meyers, go ahead and watch it after this. But she talks about her divorce and, her career, talks about how she wants to be a professor. I personally would probably take her class had I been in college. All that money you spend in school, and you want someone to teach you how to be on camera. You want someone to teach you how to be on the radio, but yet they just teach you the thesis and whatever's in a textbook, but they never held a mic. I understand where she's coming from. I personally would rather have an adjunct instructor, because adjunct instructors normally actually are in the business that you want to be in. They work in the business that you want to be in, and they do get paid less than professors. But I personally feel like they should get paid more, because in hindsight, this is what I'm here for. This is what I want to do. So I personally would think that she would make a good adjunct instructor. I'm not sure if they're going to hire her as a professor, because I don't know if she's mentally capable of being a professor. But I think an adjunct instructor would be a great thing for Wendy, so they can just discuss, how to be a talk show host, or how to do it. I don't even know how the curriculum would be for her, to be honest with you, because you can't teach someone to be a talk show host. You could teach someone maybe to teach, like, to take presentation classes, speech classes, to better themselves, communication wise. But I mean, I really don't think Wendy Williams would be a professor. I personally can see her as an adjunct instructor, maybe teaching like a media business course, talking about the business, because, when her husband left, now she was involved in the business. You know what I mean? Like, her husband normally took care of the business, and she just took care of what's going on in the stories, hot topics, and was on the stage. You know what I mean? So I personally feel like she would be great talking about, like, the media business. You know what I mean? That can be like a curriculum for that. She did say that her husband would get pissed off whenever they address him as Mr. Williams instead of like Mr. Hunter, because, he felt insecure. And y'all know, like, a lot of people in relationships, they feel insecure when they are behind the scenes and then the wife is in front of the scenes. And so Wendy Williams did say that the reason for her divorce is because she says, I guess he found somebody who was just regular and who could cater to his every need. I tried, but hell, I got to get up in the morning. The idea that that show wasn't called the Wendy Hunter Show was a big source of problems. If somebody called him Mr. Williams, all of a sudden a sunny day would turn into a storm cloud. I'm disappointed in him, but I quickly got over that because anger causes wrinkles. And me personally, like, I relate mostly to Wendy Williams. Like, I'm a loner. I'm introverted. I don't have any friends. I want to get in this industry. And I personally don't give a damn about celebrities. Like I literally don't. I like to talk about them, and that's it. Like I don't. Well, with her, I guess her husband was the reason why she locked herself up in Jersey. With me, that's just my own personal choice. Just because like I'm not going out to drink or do or smoke or anything. I don't do those things. So I just personally feel like for me, I would definitely be the person that would just do my job and then go home. You see what I mean? That sounds depressing, but I mean, it's just like when you're a homebody, that's just how it is. But, I personally feel like I don't know. Do y'all think he cheated because she, she had to do the show? Do y'all honestly think that the reason why Kevin Hunter cheated was because, or should I say Kelvin? The reason why Kelvin cheated was because Wendy was the star of the show and she did the show and she didn't have time. Like she wasn't one of those traditional wives. That's my StreamYard. I pasted if y'all want to come join and do any commentary. But y'all honestly think that that's the reason why? I personally feel like he was just a cheater regardless. I don't think that's the reason as to why he cheated on her. There's really no reason why people cheat. I mean, I think personally, like, he's from the hood. He grew up in a single household. His mom was like a hairstylist, and he dropped out of school and he automatically just went and just started working. And so he never really grown up seeing the dynamics of a great relationship. So I felt like that followed him. Y'all understand that's a generational curse. When you grow up in a family that literally is a dysfunctional family and you carry that on, that's a curse right there. So I feel like for him, he just carried that curse that a woman should not be treated right because his mother was not treated right. His mother made ends meet, Kevin Hunter's mother, doing hair and stuff like that. And he had to find his own way, like doing promotions and parties, going to clubs, doing marketing, doing all of that stuff. And then he took advantage of Wendy. Like he literally took advantage. But at the end of the day, I blame Wendy because Wendy grew up in an upper middle class household. She didn't need to date a thug. I think she was curious, and I think that's what she wanted, and she asked for that. So when I just hear her talk like she from the hood, like saying, yo, like I just cringe. She sounds like Tamara. Wendy sounds like Tamara. Wendy sounds like Tamara Maury Housley when she talks like she from the hood. Because Wendy grew up in upper middle. Hell, they had a whole damn maid in their house. Am I buffering, y'all? Am I lagging a little bit? Let me know in the comments below if I'm lagging because it looks like I'm lagging a little bit. So like she grew up and she grew up in great, like her grandpa, I think, had money as well. Like she grew up in a good household. So she basically asked, for that to happen. Like, I mean, come on now. Come on. Let's just be honest here. So am I being entertaining or is this a little bit boring? I didn't really quite prepare all the way, but I mean, what's new? I never really prepare all the way. So do y'all honestly think that this woman here married that man for love? Do y'all honestly feel like Erica Jane married this man for love? Come on now. They got a movie documentary out about their life and everything and about how they met and stuff like that. So allegedly he represented some clients and allegedly the money that was won out from that case, he took it allegedly, and he just spent it on Erica Jane allegedly, and he spent it on other things and stuff like that. So there's like a documentary out. I don't watch The Housewives. I just know her through Wendy Williams, and I just know her for being, quote unquote, good friends with Meghan McCain. You know what I mean? And she's does that little cabaret show, not really a singer, and so I doubt that she married that man for love. Come on now. Like, what 40-year-old woman is going to marry somebody twice her age without money? Come on. Do y'all I mean, do y'all not care about that story? Come on now. Like, do y'all not really care about it? So I might watch the documentary, but Andy Cohen said that documentary is questionable, that it doesn't seem all the way true. I personally feel like he's defending her because they need somebody like that on the show. They need the ratings and the clout that this is bringing and stuff. So I'm thinking that Andy Cohen is saying that this is not going to ruin her career. And so y'all know Bravo, that they love the mess. It don't matter if you got a bad background or a good background. They don't, as long as you bring mess to the show for ratings, They don't care. They don't care. Who are you talking about, Jay? So I don't have Hulu, but I'm about to buy me a Hulu to watch it. I tell you that, you know. So I mean, like I said, I don't watch I never watch it. I don't watch any of the Housewives. I feel like I'm missing out on content by not watching the Housewives. But so let me know what y'all think about everything in the comments below. I feel like I'm boring y'all in a bit. I feel like I'm boring y'all. So yeah, this girl here, she's annoying. She's annoying. She annoys me. Even when she had a miscarriage and she announced it on social media, I felt like she annoyed me. She's always the talking point on talk shows like The Real or sometimes The View. I don't care about her. She's a gold digger. I think she just needs to lay off of social media. Something is wrong with her mentally. Hell, she looked like something is wrong with her, first of all. Second of all, you know, she came out and apologized once she got exposed and once she got caught. Wait, I'm deaf. What? Entertaining or being or boring? You know, Chrissy Teigen, she got exposed. She got caught. You know, she told a minor at the time that she should KILL herself, like she should end her life. And that minor actually got married allegedly to somebody that's like 50 something years old, I believe. Why the hell that this didn't go to court, I don't know. But you don't go and tell a minor to go to end their life. You don't do that stuff. And her history is very questionable. Allegedly, she deleted like 60,000 tweets. Also, allegedly, she was rumored to be of information on the Epstein Island, you know, where the Bill Clinton allegedly goes to be with them young girls, allegedly, and where, you know, all these other people go that are perverts. And so she has a lot of questionable tweets in the past about minors and kids and stuff. And I just personally feel like she just needs to just stay off of social media. I don't give a damn that she had a miscarriage. I don't give a damn that she posted about miscarriage. I personally feel like a lot of people nowadays, they use depression, they use mental illness as a way to cover up a story, a bad story that's going to come out about them. I mean, they had a journalist, Yashar Ali, who came out saying that he hopes that he doesn't like wake up the next morning. And I questioned those damn tweets of his as well. He blocked me, by the way, but I questioned his tweets. And then literally the next day or so, we found out that Kathy Griffin allegedly needed his help. Well, not allegedly. At the time when she came out with the little Trump head, she needed a journalist's help to write a good story about her. And her and Yashar Ali ended up being friends. They ended up being friends. And so he ended up staying with her, staying in her place. And it got to the point where she had to evict him, like allegedly. She allegedly had to evict him from the house because she said the person that she thought he was different, you know, was actually different, you know. And, you know, he seems like a creep to me, in my opinion. He's an Iranian. I think he's Iranian American. He used to work for the Bill Clinton administration. He's like a wannabe George Stephanopoulos, who used to work for the, for the president as a communications director and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people in that interview that are being asked, well, how did you meet Yashar Ali? Like, how did you, like Jake Tapper, so many from CNN, so many other people are like, you know what? I actually don't recall how I met him. We just started talking on Twitter. So he's kind of a little bit creepy. And I'm just happy that he blocked me because I got tired of seeing gay boys on my Twitter feed, like looking like minors, because he's a gay man. I just got tired of seeing like underage look like they're underage on my feed. You know how when somebody likes something or somebody retweets, you can see it on your feed. I got tired of seeing that on my Twitter page. So I kind of felt like he was a little bit sketchy. And then that whole story came out about his life and about him. And I was like, the audacity of him to even try to cancel Red Velvet Sharon Osbourne. He's the one that broke the story about the talk, about the whole Sharon Osbourne, Sheryl Underwood, you know, Sharon Osbourne experiences in the past, being, insensitive to people of color and you know, Leah Remini coming on record, who's also Yashar Ali's supposed friend, you know, saying that, you know, she called Holly Robinson Peete ghetto and stuff like that. So like I was like the audacity for him to try to expose somebody else when literally his ass needs to be exposed for, you know, being a leech. Like you're a damn grifter and a leech. You know what I mean? So I just don't like people like that. You know, y'all know, like at least 99.9% of celebrities are grifters and leeches. Y'all know that, right? So I don't know if y'all recognize this woman here. Do y'all recognize her? Do y'all recognize this woman? Her name is Opal Lee. She's a 94-year-old activist that has been touting for Juneteenth to be a federal holiday since forever. Like it came to the point where every year she would walk 2.5 miles. You know, she's from Texas. You know, she would walk in Texas. She would walk in like, I think in Virginia or whatever she's at for 2.5 miles. And, you know, finally today, Joe Biden signs a bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday. And so Joe Biden actually ended up paying his respects to her, giving her, I believe, the pen that he signed the bill with today. And this is making a lot of conservatives mad, such as Candace Owens. Candace Owens is very, you know, she's pissed off. She's very pissed off that that this woman here is making a trend on Twitter while she is still trying to trend. And y'all know how Candace is. Y'all know she's trending on Twitter right now, and she be saying some outlandish type of stuff, like literally, like she's a con artist. So some of the things that she said on Twitter: segregationist Joe Biden says Juneteenth is a day in which we remember the moral stain and terrible toll that slavery took on the country and continues to take. Moral emotional programming for Black people that choose to opt to the perpetual victim mentality. Every single race has been enslaved at some point in human history. Africans are still enslaved today. This is not a holiday. This is more emotional training from Democrats to see ourselves as somehow separate from America. Independence Day is July 4th, the end. It took all of 2 years for Democrats to train Black Americans to worship people like George Floyd, beg for violence on the streets via defund the police, and to celebrate segregation in the form of Black Independence Day. I just cannot comprehend the rampant stupidity. Juneteenth is so lame. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm American. And so she's just saying all kinds of BS and stupid stuff like that. She did have a tweet that I think she deleted because I remember actually, oh, here it is. It says, Twitter is literally so boring without Trump. It's just demented leftists making up random celebrations and trends like Happy Transgender Gymnast Awareness Month. This is a daily reminder that immigrants from Africa as well as the Caribbean are among the most successful ethnic groups in the country. America doesn't discriminate against people based on skin. Black Americans are just focused on meaningless like Juneteenth. Now, part of that is true that people from Africa, like Nigerians, and let's say Asian people that come here to America, people with culture values, they normally do really well in school. That's true. That's true. But at the same time, girl, you were in high school, I believe, and you were going to school with a governor's son, a local governor's son, and he ended up calling you an N-word. You and your father filed a lawsuit, and the NAACP ended up paying you almost $38,000. So we're complaining about that during that time. You and your father filed that lawsuit. She also allegedly refused to pay rent at some point because she said that it was infested. Allegedly, it was also allegedly molded. And there's a public record of that lawsuit as well online if y'all want to see it, about Candace Owens allegedly lying to not pay rent. You had a little blog about Donald Trump and his wee, calling it small and stuff like that. And now all of a sudden it's like you miss Donald Trump. So I mean, like, miss me with the BS, good for you, Miss Opal Lee, for making history. And I personally don't give a damn about 4th of July anyway. I don't do fireworks. And so I like this picture actually. It looks really nice. But so that's the whole. Let me go through y'all comments and read what y'all been saying, good and bad. Let's see. Let me scroll all the way to the top. If anybody wants to chime in and call and make comments, this is the StreamYard link down below. So Gloria Gibbons says, let me take this off my screen. Let me take you off my screen. Gloria Gibbons says, Meghan can be very disrespectful at times, and she likes to argue and very defensive. I doubt it because she's the least favorite people only tuning to see drama. What will happen? No, numbers don't lie. It was the highest ranked show without her. It was a reference share. No, like the numbers were correct. But I'm just saying that she wasn't fired. So I guess there was like an expectation for Meghan McCain to come back. Soon as she came back, the ratings dipped again. They sure did. Well, I mean, not as soon as she came back. They're dipped now. I think it took a little bit of time. I think maybe like 2-3 months ago, it started dipping down. I think it's time Meghan McCain's replaced permanently Anna Navarro. Anna Navarro got to count. I'm telling you, she don't want to be on The View full time. She don't want to be on The View full time. I wish she would just quit already so you could stop talking about this all the time. Give her a break, but yet you're here. Meghan McCain is very disrespectful, arrogant, condescending, self-serving. She doesn't understand camaraderie. Meghan McCain is so rude and disrespectful. It's a shame. It's just she just likes to argue too much. I'm not against her speaking her mind. I like the fact she speaks her mind, but my goodness, do it in a respectful manner. She needs to learn. Yeah, so I often get comments by conservatives saying that we don't want to hear conservative viewpoints. I personally love when Jedediah Bila was on the show. I don't care. You know, I would actually love to hear the opposing side. It's just her delivery. That's all. You are love Meghan, smiling, driving crazy, living well is the best revenge. So that's a Meghan McCain fan. And Navarro doesn't want to be exactly. She don't. I wonder if Whoopi's regretting fighting so hard to get me Meghan on the show. I don't know for a fact if Whoopi was the one to get her on the show. I don't think that's true because Meghan was actually, from my knowledge, offered the spot twice. First time she turned it down, then her father ended up convincing her. And during that time, Jedediah Bila was already signed on. So once Meghan McCain said, yes, I want the show, they ended up getting rid of Jedediah Bila. What is going to happen for, looks like nothing. Put a D in front of anger and you get danger. Y'all are funny. I truly feel that Meghan McCain really wants Whoopi's job. As long as Meghan, I will never watch it again. Meghan is disrespectful. She was reprimanded and gone 2 days for this attitude problem of hers that her view is the only one that matters. Let's see. What's sad about Meghan's saga is that she has a daughter named Liberty, and that might be a replica. She's a witch. She will never change. Ratings were way better when she was gone. Show will not suffer if Meghan is pushed out. I heard she had a 2-day sentence this week, gone for 2 days. No, the ratings will not suffer. Meghan is gone. Let's see. She actually has a sister, a half sister that's a Democrat, Meghan McCain. I hope Meghan McCain's daughter turns out to be a liberal Democrat. The show wouldn't be making headlines without Meghan. I agree. Barbara Walters was into ratings. I agree. Sherry better been kidding about. No, she wasn't kidding. Go look at the clip. She was not kidding. Yeah, well, Meghan to stay home and take care of Liberty. We would all appreciate it. It doesn't need headlines. They won awards until this year. I like it better when it's all So they didn't win. They won a tech. Their tech one was nominated for an Emmy. They need to end culture. I feel like because I know Meghan don't like her. I don't think Meghan is happy in her. I don't think so either. They only want to Meghan McCain on the show so those hags can feel good about themselves. Making remarks. No, I think they only wanted her on the show because during that time it was Trump era, and Trump, of course, did not like her father. So why not hire the person that wants to be a host? You know what I mean? That's a good strategy. Maybe she's acting like this because she wants to be fired to go to work at Fox or stay at home. I don't even think Fox would hire her. Like Laura Ingraham don't like her as I know her husband is at Fox, but I don't think Fox would want her. No, I don't. I want her fired. She can stay, but she needs to act like she likes her job and have some respect. I will miss Joy. Meghan brings the drama. Joy and Whoopi of being done with the show is just respect is earned, not expected. I will be upset, but I still wouldn't watch if Meghan is there. I want no one to lose their job. However, I've had enough of Meghan's rudeness. I agree. No one should, though she has to put her time in. That's exactly why Meghan isn't gone. The producers are afraid to let her leave, but the original viewers do not care for her. I feel like the producers are in limbo. I feel like they're scared to lose their ratings, like what happened with Elizabeth Hasback. I love Joy. She's nothing more than a Paris Hilton, born famous. All the others earned their seats the hard way. Talent. Hello, Mike from Idaho. How are you? But I was miss her and Meghan fighting. What? Meghan acts like a child. Joy's right. Love Joy. Joy is the queen of shade. Let's see. I love Joy. I would miss her. I think her voice is very important. She's all about love, peace, fairness, and facts. Viewers enjoy the drama. What a shame. I enjoy nice roundtable discussion. Joy makes the show. I remember when Meghan could care less about everyone else's babies, but once she got on, she loves bringing up her daughter, pay family. She didn't see the point back in the days. Well, yeah, that's a Republican mantra. They don't understand empathy. They only understand stuff that happens to them. That's when they start talking about it. Hello, hey Roxana. I wouldn't watch. I would find some daytime shows like Jerry for the drama. Let's see. Sonya, you're so right. I want Anna. Joy will be missed. I would be mad if Joy's gone. Enjoying. Thank you. Joy likes doing the show. Is Meghan's cuteness she's fed up with? Cuteness? Hello, Pinky Car. No, McCarran. I love Joy. She makes the show to me. Hi, Vanessa. Let's see. No, Meghan McCarran. I would really miss her. I think her and Whoopi are going to both retire. Meghan is a Karen. Let's see. She's not mentally stable. Family problems. I know her mother doesn't like the way she's been acting. Hey, Carmela. Maybe she shouldn't like her new mom's got some time. Y'all think she has postpartum depression? We all didn't miss her. What a Karen. Y'all crazy. Rumors she has martial issues going on, spilling onto the show. And I've been holding up on that. I've been telling y'all I'm going to put out the video, and I need to put it out before somebody else puts it out. You know, I know they got another blogger that talked about it. I didn't watch it, but I don't think they know what I can give out. Plus, I show my face. Come on now. Let's call it. Let's keep it real. Funny. Bye, Felicia. I love that you're going live. I'm trying. I see you don't want to call anymore. Abby should come back. I miss her. Oh, hell no. I don't. Me too, Queen J. Thank you, Sharon. She said she would never go back to the work on the show. Everyone is happier when she's not there. Every time she is there, she is argumentative with Joy or now Whoopi, just rude and unprofessional. She was good. A lot of people didn't like her because she comes off as treating black men as a fetish. That's Jeannie Mai. We're talking about Jeannie Mai now. I love how Sunny corrects Meghan with facts. Sunny is my favorite host. I wonder if Sydney is ever embarrassed by her daughter. She says she cringes. She did an interview where she said she was when she asked, yep. Okay. Punani, you're not Caribbean. Please stay in your lane. Wendy ain't playing. I say, who cares when two people from different countries made as long? Exactly. Cindy gave birth and raised their monster. That's what happens when you're a mistress and you have sex with a man that's married and you develop a child called Meghan McCain. That's what happens. Apple don't fall far. Exactly. If they are both happy, people should leave the marriage alone. I wonder how her siblings feel, how she's acting on the show, not resembling the family well at all. I know she got a sibling that's a Democrat, a half sibling from John McCain's previous wife. If anybody want to come on StreamYard, that's the link. Let's see. Quit show. No one's forced you to be there. Let's see. She treats everyone bad, how she's mad. Who cares? That documentary, Straight T. That's the Erica Jane documentary. You watched it, was good. Who is sexist? You deaf are. I just think it was the age difference. Bob, boring. I'm sorry. I agree. There's no reason why people cheat. Some people do it because it's who they are. Okay. I think they both fell in love from a broken place. I think so too. And you can't build a solid foundation from. Let's hope they can. People need to just stop attacking. Okay, I'll never forget her calling Cleveland share wallets out of her name. Disgusting. I've never cheated in my life. I don't understand it. This is why I don't like social media like Twitter. People can hide and pretend to be one way, but it's social media in general. Hell, even YouTube. Like I try to keep it honest with you guys. Like I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I don't do the filters and all that BS and that fake life people be doing. Unfortunately, this is how it is. Neither have I. I don't understand cheating. I've never cheated. It's selfish people who cheat. Well, define cheating, because cheating could also be like you texting somebody, being flirty. Cheating is not only physical. Thank you, Queen J. I've literally met people who have cheated on their spouse, and when you ask why, they can't give an explanation. They can love and boast about their spouse, doesn't want B to leave, and have great what? Oh, okay. I got you. Like, let me go back up. I got you. Cutie pie. JLA, you're a trip. Candace Owens is a lost soul who cannot find her way. Meghan had personal issues that she needs to deal with. They tested the waters with her coming back. She hasn't proven she deserves that seat. Who? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Meghan McCain? I would watch Candace and Meghan McCain. The show now is really a reality show. Meghan McCain was so nasty stating her opinion. She didn't even give Whoopi a chance to voice her opinion, and she's like shaking her head. She got up on the wrong side of the bed. She would never do that in studio. She's doing that because she at home at Washington, D.C. I don't think she has the balls to do that in front of Whoopi's face. They baby her so much, making so rude. Megan McDoodle is a crybaby. Bring Anna. I thought Meghan McCain's head was going to fall off her shoulders the way she was rolling it and rolling her eyes. Having this thing, yeah, if it was a black woman, they would be in trouble for sure. Meghan likes to sound like she's being raised. She's raising important questions, but she really likes to start drama so she can get FaceTime. I've been trying not to call in so other people get a chance. I know you said it's always me and Jai, so I've been stepping back to like, don't put that as an excuse. Let's see. Whoopi is the one that got Meghan the job, so you would think she'd be gracious. I don't think Whoopi got her the job. I know they've been longtime friends. Thank you. I appreciate it. So about when she interviewed the wife, then dated. So about when she interviewed the wife and then dated a husband, Gary Owens and them, that's wow. Did she interview Gary Owens' wife? I'm not really sure. Did you comment on DL's comment on Wendy? If you did, sorry, I missed it. Who's DL? Who's that? We love your imperfections. Funny because that's John. Oh, legend. Oh, Lord. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, Meghan McCain acted that way even when the show was live. I like Jay too. Yeah, Whoopi really asked Meghan to come to The View because of the relationship with John McCain. I wouldn't be surprised. I know they've been longtime friends, but I know she got offered the job twice. But her father definitely convinced her to take the job because, he was like, you'd be working with Whoopi, you know what I mean? So, I thought you meant DL Hughley, but what happened with DL Hughley? I don't know. Did he say something bad about her? I'll be there in a minute. Hey, Toria. I bet she regrets it now. I didn't see the comment. What did they say? What did they say? But that's pretty much everything I got on the list for today's talking stuff. I prepared this in like 5 minutes and like, let me just come on live. If anybody wants to come on, I'd appreciate it. Anybody want to make any kind of commentary? You don't have to show your face. Let's see. I'd appreciate your support on Patreon. Patreon.com/JOAJOA. Of course, I'm on I'm on Instagram as well. I've been trying to grow my Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. If anybody wants to go on Instagram, let's see. I'm about to pull up my Instagram. Instagram.com/ wait, hold on. JOA_media is my Instagram. Hey Adventures. I may just be getting off because nobody want to come on live or anything, and I'm pretty much done with everything. That's my Instagram, JOA_media. Trying to increase my followers. I'll be posting about Meghan McCain and stuff, you know. And then Twitter is like in the little signage you see below. It's Jordan Show. Also, you guys, I'm still on my weight loss journey. I want to talk about that. I'm in my 220s now. I'm like 228, 229. Technically, I started at 246 pounds, like about 2 months ago. Then I lost like 5, and then I just stopped. And then now I'm back on it. About to hit a month. Monday coming up is going to be a month. So now I'm like 228, 229. I actually woke up early this morning, and I went to the shopping store or whatever, and I was like, man, I still look fat. So this weight is gonna come off. I'm proud of myself. I ate my Wendy's, the salad with some chili and a plain baked potato. And that's pretty much what's been going on. I don't know if y'all still on your weight loss journey, if anybody that said they wanted to do it with me. But that's pretty much what I've been doing, And so also, if you are new to this channel, I don't know why YouTube always do that. I didn't curse or anything. Well, I guess I did. Patreon.com/JOAJOA. That would really mean a lot to me if you donate $5. And then Twitter, Jordan Show, Instagram, JOA_media. That would really mean a lot. I'm about to go walking, possibly, even though I'm tired. I walked this morning / a little bit ran, and I'm about to go right now and walk and run. And then I've been eating one meal a day pretty much. Actually, no, this morning, because I woke up early, I had a little breakfast bar this morning. So it's not like I'm doing this on purpose, what my meals, just depends of how I'm feeling and stuff that I eat. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. I'm trying, or I don't know if you're a man or a girl, but anyways, since nobody want to come on and talk about any of this, I'm about to get off. Thank you guys. No, hell no. I'm not shaving my head. Nope. I wouldn't look good in my head shaved. Let's see. Congratulations on losing the weight for you. I like to walk a lot. And if anything, I'm going to grow more hair. I'm not shaving my hair. He was on yesterday and was talking about how Wendy doesn't want to get vaccine. What? And he said she doesn't want to get a vaccine. She doesn't know. On his radio show, I have a question for y'all before I go. Do y'all like when I schedule the live stream ahead of time, or do y'all just like me to just automatically just do a live stream without y'all getting a heads up? It's always going to be at 8:30 all the time. At least I'm going to try to make it at 8:30 all the time, Central Standard Time. So that's 9:30 New York time, and that's 6:30 California time. No. I would not. I'm telling you, I would not look good with my head shaved. I mean, I actually used to shave it, not bald, but I mean shave it to where I have like military cut. Like I don't know. Maybe when I'm skinnier and I have a skinnier face. I feel like if I do it ahead of time, people see when I do it ahead of time, people will get notified, and then the show will come on at 8:30, and then hopefully they'll get notified again. But I feel like if they get notified one time, ahead of time, y'all not going to come on because I'm not popular like that. You know, I can't just schedule a live stream and then like 5 hours ahead of time, and then it shows up at 8:30, and then I feel like I'm not going to get people in here. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I feel like whatever. I think for this channel, what works is if I just tell y'all and then not give y'all a future notice. I don't know. I don't know. What about the view promotions? They don't work most of the time. They don't. So in my videos, I try to tell y'all 8:30 all the time. I know ET Canada does that. They come on live just out of the blue, you know. Finally, I'm in. Hey, Claudia. Notification, yes. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to get off. I know I got y'all in the queue. Miss Toria, Queen J, I appreciate y'all support. Miss Toria, don't forget your assignment. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, unless y'all want to commentate on what you know, on what was going on what I talked about. But I mean, I'm about to get off, you know, other than that. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I'm about to get off.